Hi, my name is Ziad with the Michigan Journal, and this is this week's news. Coming up, we're going to be talking about a very eventful week for the University of Michigan campus, and we're also going to look at the upcoming student government elections, as well as the major sporting tournaments right now for UM-Dearborn hockey, as well as the Wolverines basketball. It's been a very eventful week on the University of Michigan campus, as last week, during the vigil for the New Zealand mosque shooting on the Ann Arbor campus on the Diag, there were reports of an active gunman, which caused panic and students to barricade themselves in a variety of buildings across the Ann Arbor campus. First responders were on the scene very quickly and went through investigating the threat across a variety of buildings when it was determined that there was no active threat. The cause of the scare turned out to be a group of girls popping balloons near Ann Arbor's Mason Hall and screaming very loudly, which prompted fears of gunfire. This situation has raised some concerns about the UM alert system. Some students felt like they weren't being notified fast enough, or that they didn't receive emails notifying them with updates about the situation. The Dearborn campus had their own vigil last Monday, and there was a noted security presence at the event. But Police Chief Tim Wiley tells us that there was no anticipated serious threat, and they were there for a sense of support and security. It's election week next week for the UM-Dearborn campus as student government prepares to elect a new president, vice president, and senators. The two parties up for election this year are the World of Wolverines and the Wolverine Coalition. The World of Wolverines ticket is headed by presidential candidate Sarah Nasser and vice presidential candidate Abraham Musa. And the Wolverine Coalition ticket is led by presidential candidate Katerina Gasser and vice presidential candidate Anthony Distel. This election boils down to the issue of experience and knowledge versus inexperience and youth and fresh ideas. At the presidential and vice presidential debate last Wednesday, both parties gave their pitch to students.
What also makes us different is that not all of us on our platform and within our party, we're part of student government, so we know the issues that are around campus and not the issues in student government. We have a president that's in student government, so she knows to tackle those problems, but we can focus more on the real problems.
But Katerina Gasser and the Wolverine Coalition focused on their experience in student government, highlighting the different positions both she and Anthony Distel have headed over the last few years.
And I believe that with lots of experience, we're able to just go in there and get the job done immediately. We don't have time for training or anything like that. We're able to go in and start right away.
But that experience is a double-edged sword for the Wolverine Coalition. Vice presidential candidate Anthony Distel has come under heavy scrutiny recently in his capacity as the head of the SOAC. The SOAC, which is the body in charge of allocating money for student organizations on campus for events, announced last week that they ran out of money, leaving a lot of student leaders frustrated, confused, and angry. None of this bodes well for the Wolverine Coalition and their chances at winning the student government election. It's going to be an eventful few weeks for Wolverines athletics. The men's basketball team kicked off their March Madness run yesterday with a 74-55 win against 15th seed Montana. Charles Matthews led the way for the Wolverines with 22 points and 10 rebounds. The Wolverines will face a much tougher test Saturday against the 10th seed Florida Gators. The UM-Dearborn men's hockey team also kicks off their tournament run today. The number 2 ranked Wolverines play against the number 15 ranked Oklahoma in the ACHA National Tournament.
Problem is, he didn't go for the puck, he just went for the hit, which allowed the Wolverines, or at least did not allow the Blue Devils to take advantage. Here comes the speedster, Billy Brock, wrist shot off the pipe and in! Welcome back, Billy Brock. It's been a while since we've seen him play. Yep.
The number 2 ranked Wolverines finished second in the WAC National Tournament, snapping a 17-game win streak in the finals against Indiana Tech, where they lost 5-2. For more in-depth coverage of the student government elections and the U of M athletics tournament runs, make sure you check out our website at michiganjournal.org, pick up our paper next Tuesday, and follow us on social media.